Welcome to the 7th day of Christmas. By highly popular requested demand, we are going to be having the ever-loving Traptrix deck that one person has spammed 17 times in one video that they wanted to see. So guys, if you want to get entered in to win some TierZero credit, all you got to do is comment on this video down below, down there. It's super easy, and of course, like this video. Yesterday's contest winner is also going to be down below in the description for those of you. Reach out to Facebook or Discord if you've won, obviously proof that you've won. And, well, let's dig on into that Traptrix deck profile. I know the one person that commented 17 times is really going to like, and not the rest of us. But, hey, it's new format, right? Whew. Hello, weary travelers. Remember, comment down below to get entered in to win today's contest. It's all pretty straightforward. Now, what are we going to be looking at today? Well, this has been one of the most popular requested decks, I think, in my comment section for this. And conveniently, my friend just put this together. So Keegan was messing around, playtesting random deck ideas against Halliburton. And he was like, I want to build Traptrix. And one thing led to another, and we have it. So this is kind of what my friend has been messing around with. Subject to change. This did tear apart Thunder, which is pretty good. So, new Traptrix link, Traptrix Sarah. This link summon card is unaffected by trap effects. You can only use the following effect, or following effects of Sarah once per turn, and not during the damage step. So if a normal trap card is activated, you special summon a Traptrix monster from your deck with a different name than the cards you control. And if your other Traptrix monster effect is activated, you can set a whole trap card directly from your deck. Now, you can't use that whole card in the same turn you set it because, you know, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! There are restrictions on the things that you can do with those things. So that's something important to take note of, is yes. Now, Traptrix Rafflesia, 2 level 4s. This card's unaffected by trap effects while it has Xyz material. And of course, Traptrix monsters you control except for Rafflesia cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And then your opponent cannot target Traptrix monsters except for Rafflesia with card effects. And then once per turn during either player's turn, detach from material from this card and send a whole normal trap card that meets the activation of your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that trap card's effect. So, I can't remember the last time that Rafflesia in her own archetype was actually of use. But this was a pretty big boost. For a rogue deck, granted, it's cheesy more than anything. But you do have options available to you for kind of making movements and things. So, kind of dig on into this, see what's going on here. So we have the one copy of the artifact Moraltac, standard non-targeting removal. Also comes out at a 2100 body, which is going to allow you to close games, which is something important to note. Depending on if the format shifts, you can cut the Moraltac and play 2 Scythe. Very much, I will say this, like, Scythe has enough ability to close games and put you in such a detrimental position that it's insane. I think a lot of players still have Scythe on the back burner, and that's fine. Just, I wouldn't be underestimating what Scythe is going to be doing for the rest of this format, because honestly, this card is a powerhouse. This card does a lot of things for decks like this, and it really lets it play the game, which is something you want. Now, of course, we have the triple copies of Ash Blossom, because we want to disrupt the opponent via hand traps. Now, Traptrix Atrax. We only play 1 copy of her. So, unaffected by the whole normal trap cards, you can activate whole normal cards from your hand. And the activation effects of your normal whole cards, or normal trap cards, activated on your side of the field cannot be negated. Oof. Really trying to punish the opponent here for kind of trying to overextend and commit to these things. Absolutely not. Just free value. Now, Dianea, this is unaffected by your whole normal trap cards once again. When she is normal summoned, we get to target a Traptrix monster in our graveyard, special summon it in defense mode, so this is going to be our extender. And when this card is special summoned, you can target 1 whole normal trap card in your graveyard and set it to your field, but banish it during the end phase of your next turn if it is still on the field. So here's the thing, you basically are going to try to capitalize off of this, bringing it out on the opponent's turn, and then disrupting them through this. Now, this was the best support I think we got next to Sarah. Traptrix Mantis. This card is normal summoned. You can add one Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. It's unaffected by whole normal traps. And then once per turn, quick effect, you can target a set spell and trap card you control. Return that target to the hand, and then you can set one spell or trap card from your hand. She does come in at 15/15. She's kind of a little bit weaker, but I'm not going to complain too much about that because this card does grant more diversity to the deck. And then, of course, my Romelio, unaffected by yield normal trap cards. When this card is normal summoned, we can add one normal whole trap card from our deck to our hand. And if this card is special summoned, you have to pop a back row. She's the old one that will allow you to close games. Still very fantastic support for what this deck actually needed. And of course, the one copy of Traptrix Nepenthes, unaffected by whole normal trap cards. If you activate a whole normal trap card except bring damage step, you can add up to your hand or special summon one Traptrix monster from your deck. Extenderville. I like that. Now, we are a level 4 base deck, so who doesn't like being able to OTK your opponent through the Utopia package? It's very cool that every level 4 deck now has access to this. You do see that we are playing Extravagance, and Extravagance can mess up our OTK package, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. If we hit it, we hit it. If we don't, we don't. You see where I'm going with that? Like, it just kind of depends on the real situation that you find yourself in, because while this is good for the deck, you just have to understand that, you know, there is a little bit of a confliction here. Now, our traps. We play triple copies of Artifact Sanctum. This is to make sure that we're able to punish the opponent by using our full Artifact engine. We have no issue whatsoever being able to go into either of these guys. The only thing I suggested was another Scythe, dependingly. Now, Yield, Double Bottomless Trap Hole, probably one of the best hole cards we have going for it. Spot removal on a 15/15, drop this off. Literally anything and occur it. We did it. Now, we have triple copies of Chain Hole. So when your opponent activates a monster effect in response to a card activation or effect activation, negate that opponent's effect. Then your opponent can banish one card from their hand or deck with the same original name as that negated card. If they did not, banish one random card from your opponent's hand. Hello, Value Town. This card is absolutely a must in this deck, and it does a lot for this. And of course, the two copies of the Floodgate Trap Hole. When your opponent special summons a monsters, change that monsters to face down defense mode. Monsters changed to face down defense mode by this effect cannot change their battle position. So you'll be able to answer everything via battle for this clause, which is literally something that you want. And of course, triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. Great. Two copies of Storming Mirror Force. The way I think we're going in this format with Thunder Dragon, Jank, you don't want to necessarily be... what's the word I'm looking for here? You can't necessarily Mirror Force stuff. So Storming at least recurs it out of the way so you're able to combo off more and you don't have to deal with it. And then, of course, triple copies of Shade Brigade. Why are you playing this, Robbie? Well, this is another... Traptrix plus this allows you to start your combo. You can literally go into Rafflesia turn 1 and set up. It's just acting as an extender at this point, which is a really good idea. I like this. And of course, we play the two copies of the Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. When a monster that was special summoned this turn activates its effect on your opponent's field, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Alright, now we play the triple copies of Traptrix Sarah. One of the best cards this deck has going for it. Yield Link 1. They did a good job with this. One copy of Mrs. Radiant. Just Earth Extenders, Earth Boost for your guys. Triple copies of Rafflesia. Two copies of Time Thief Redoer, just another boss monster that you can pressure the opponent with. One copy of Utopia Double, and one copy of Utopia. And of course, two copies of Abyss Dweller, because stopping the opponent's graveyard or anything like that will put you in a winning position. One Starving Venom, and one Mud Dragon for super poly targets. Now, side deck here, we have triple copies of Lancia, still with Thunder projected to be one of the best decks you get in House Disruption. Triple Prankatops. I'm definitely surprised to see that this wasn't hit on this list, but this card is going to be hella good this format. Triple copy is a super polymerization because you can now fully disrupt everything and you're able to draw it at will. Triple evenly, just in situations that we need to clear off massive field. And triple copy is a solemn judgment because we're still a stun-based deck. Technically, we're still trying to disrupt things and whatnot. So, that wraps up today's Christmas episode, guys. Get entered in today's contest down below, down there, come on. Super easy, super simple, and, well, I will catch you guys on the next day of Christmas. Hi guys, peace out, and stay safe out there. Summer is a massive... The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.